So March 2016 is when the prayer walks began. But before the prayer walk started, we were looking for a leader, someone that would really help carry out this vision and mission in our city. And we didn't know who that was going to be. And we were really praying, and I was asking the Lord to bring us His person, whoever He was calling to lead this. We didn't want to just go out and hire some random person. We really wanted to be God's appointed and anointed person to carry this out. And my phone rang one day, and on the other line was a guy named Andre. And he said he was calling about the open sales position that I had with my company. We had been advertising a sales position with my cleaning company, and he began telling me who he was and what he had been into and what he had done in his past. And he used to lead worship, and he led a ministry called Unite Charlotte. And at this event, they had 40 churches that came together for a night of worship and prayer. And he's telling me all this without knowing anything about Love Life. Nobody knew about this at this point. Love Life hadn't started yet. We hadn't announced this to anybody. And he says, yeah, at our last event, we had 40 churches. And I asked him again, I said, tell me again, Andre, how many churches did you have at the last event? And he said, 40 churches. And the original vision of Love Life was 40 weeks, 40 churches. And I said, man, you're calling about a position that you know nothing about. Come in tomorrow. I want to share with you something that God has put on our hearts. And when he came in the next day, he met with me in the office, and we just began telling him about the vision and the mission that the Lord had put in my heart to see the church unite and mobilize, to see a culture of love and life exist in our city. And he's like, yeah, I get it, man, I get it. We love life. And my dad and I were in this meeting together, and right when he said, we love life, we looked at each other and we said, that's it. That's the name that we've been looking for. And that's how the name of the ministry was birthed. When we met Andre for the very first time in January 2016, and then the prayer walks launched 2 months after that. So 2016 was our very first year, and this is actually the 2016 prayer walk shirt. This is the original shirts that we use for all of our prayer walks, and it was such an incredible year to see the church mobilize at week 40, which was our final prayer walk of that year, our very first week 40 celebration of life. We had 4,000 people come out for the prayer walk, over 70 churches represented. In our first year of doing ministry, it was a total move of God, nothing that we could do in our own strength. The Lord was just blowing wind in our sails. It was such an incredible sight to see the Baptists come next to the Presbyterians, next to the Pentecostals, next to non-denomination. And there was over 10 abortion workers that left the industry in 2016, and hundreds of moms and families that made the choice for life. And on that week 40, I remember there was only 9 people that showed up for an abortion that day, which was really a miracle because they used to average about 50 abortions on Saturday. But when the church showed up, when the light showed up, darkness had to leave.